Hello viewers, hello listeners. Our topic for today, just say no, let me post on statistic. As I promised on the previous post to say no, I'm going to post on the statistic using a calculator. Actually, this has been a problem when I was in secondary school. Came a time when I had to find statistic, but unfortunately it wasn't correct. So after going to university, I realized to say no, we can use a calculator to prove statistic. So for today's lessons, we are going to just learn on how to calculate statistic using a calculator. Without wasting your time, let's dive into a question. So first of all, you are supposed to switch on the calculator. How do you switch on the calculator? There's a on button on the calculator. So my on button is here. So after switching on the calculator, we are going to go shift. I emphasize when doing this function, you are supposed to first erase the calculator. You start afresh. You start afresh in order for the calculator to process well. So in this case, how do you start afresh? It's by typing shift, then mod. Then this is going to give you, if at all you want to erase, or you press on 3, then you go on equals. You press not until you have seen that the dotted line, they have disappeared. So now in this case, after doing so, we are going to go again on mod. Since we are dealing with standard deviation, we are going to type on 2, which is SD. SD means standard deviation. So let me just press 2. So now after doing so, we are going to enter the midpoint of marks. You don't enter the marks but the midpoint. As you can see, we have been given marks and frequency. Now you are supposed to first find the marks of the midpoint of the marks. And how do you find the midpoint of the marks? It's by you dividing 2 divided by the total number of what you have been given. Example, 0 plus 9 is going to give you 9. Then if at all you divide by 2, is going to give you 4.5. Then if at all you add 10 plus 19 is going to give you 29. And after you dividing by 2, it's going to give you 14.5. Now let's enter these things into the calculator. So we are going to start with 4. We are saying 4.5. Then after you entering this, there is a pattern on the calculator which is M plus. You press on M plus. Where's my M plus? My M plus is here. So you go on M plus. You go to the second digit, which is 14.5. You go to the M plus. Which one is my second? My third. My third is 24.5. You go on M plus. Let me just type this first. It is the same procedure. You go to 44.5 M plus, 54.5 M plus, 64.5 M plus. After doing so, you go on top of your calculator. Not until you have found frequency 1. We want to again enter the frequency. Now after finding frequency 1, then you enter the numbers that are corresponding to frequency. So in this case, the number which is corresponding to frequency 1 is 5. You go to equals. Then you go to frequency 2. Which one is my frequency 2? My frequency 2, as you can see, is 14. So 14, then equals. You place down again, not until you have found frequency 3. Which one is my frequency 3? So my frequency 3 is 22. You place equals. So not until you have reached your destination. Let me just do this first so that you shouldn't waste your time. So in this case, I'm on 29. She's 27. My frequency 6 is 14. You place equals. My frequency 7 is 4. You place equals. Now after doing so, we've just entered our frequency. So then from there you place shift. Where's my shift? My shift is here. After shifting, then you go to 2. As you can see, the things that the calculator is bringing up. Again, you go to shift 1. Shift. You are able to see these things. You know, any as long as it's from statistic, you can solve using a calculator. Variation, standard deviation. Okay, let me not waste your time. Let us solve these things. Okay, if you want, you can even cancel for so long as you have entered those things. The calculator have already kept those things. So now in this case, we are going to type shift. You can see this is the mean, this is standard deviation, then this is the population. This is the population. So now in this case, since we want to prove our statistic, if at all what we have calculated is correct, we are going to, first of all, we are going to place 1. We see if it's going to give us the mean that we have calculated. Wow. As you can see, from my calculation, you can try to confirm by yourself. So actually, that was the mean that I calculated on the calculator. If you know how to do this, you can actually prove this by your own. You try to calculate. Maybe some of you may thinking of it as a scam, but yet I'm just trying to help you. Yes. So actually, this was my mean, and it is the same as what we have calculated. Yeah. So we go to standard deviation. How do you go about standard deviation? It is the same procedure. You go on shift, then 2. After doing so, we are going to go on 2, which I said is the standard deviation. So now we place 2, then equals. Wow. Let us take what I calculated on my solution. Wow, you have seen. Standard deviation is a subject that you aren't supposed to even to be able to say, how am I going to solve this? You can actually use your calculator. If your answer is not correct, you collect it using a calculator. So actually, this was the things I had for today. As I said on my next one, I'm going to post on simultaneous equation of 3 equations. I'm going to use the calculator. Some of you, those of you are doing addition or mathematics, you're going to join me. You're going to enjoy this. A simultaneous equation carries 6 marks in every year. So I'm sure this is going to be an advantage of your free marks. Thank you, but don't forget to subscribe, for I'm going to post another short video which is going to help you in whatever. Notice on this, we'll just be dealing with calculators, and I'll say calculators for now. But as we go on, maybe I'll come up with another things. But in this case, let me just help you in this. But by next week, I'll let you know what I'll be doing. Thank you.